Blue Origin had many bad news. Now we know how much they were offering tickets for the space flight. Well, I feel like space has a edge here, okay? Q3 earnings, the biggest earnings in my personal opinion that we ever had. Welcome to a brand new episode on your favorite channel, on your favorite space channel. If you're an astronaut, if you're a space investor, if you are going to the moon soon, then this is the show for you. We are having great topics that you see, the intro was so good that even I have been left speechless. Anyway, those are the topics for today. First, we are talking about the Tom Hanks just slashes Blue Origin, and also Blue Origin loses against SpaceX for the suing of the NASA Moonlander project. Then we will dive into the Q3 earnings, guys, the biggest earnings that we ever had. So stay tuned to that to know what can happen to the stock. Yes, we know. Let me just put this on a silent mode. And don't forget to subscribe and like. And then finally we will dive into the stock chart to see what's going on, okay? So if you're ready, then let's dive in. But before that, I have something else. I have something that you should have a look on right now. So today we are talking about Octane, and let me tell you before we dive in, you can make money on your limit orders. This sounds crazy, but this is the concept of Octane Finance. And to explain how it works, let me give you this example. Let's say you want to buy 500 cake with 10,000 BUSD. And when the cake price is $20, okay, those are the parameters. Now, user supplies the 10,000 BUSD for this order, and then the price is 25, let's say, okay? Octane smart contracts then takes this order and sends it to Venus Vault for, let's say, approximately 10% APY, all right? So then what happens basically in the background, and you don't have to do nothing anymore, is that the decentralized network of highly incentivized executors keep a watch over the pending order pool and executes the order based on the limit conditions. So executors execute this order at 20 per cake and less by paying the respective gas cost of transaction. In return, they get a little bit of Octane tokens. Yes, they have their own tokens, so you can also buy Octane as a token. So that's also interesting, but we will talk about this in a second. And then suppose cake reached 20 in 3 months. This means it took 3 months for the order to be executed, and you got like $246. But let's dive in even more. Moreover, this project is obviously safe, it's scalable, okay? It's open, and one more thing that I really like is when projects are innovative and new and, you know, crazy about this kind of new concept, then all the media is already out there. But before we diving into the media part, they have also some of the best names as bakers, like for example X21 or the Dutch crypto investors, Skybridge 20 Ventures, and so on and so forth. So I really like that they have also their own token, and they are also known from Business Insider, Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, you name it. Every big financial outlet already talked about Octane. Now you can go down to the link below and then just start, because the question's really, what are you waiting for? Okay, here's the thing. Blue Origin had many bad news. Let's start with the obvious one, okay? When I think about it, I have to laugh already, because when I listen to all of those parts where Jeff Bezos started to sue SpaceX because he apparently thinks that they should have won the moon lander, I think, this is just ridiculous. Those companies want to go and conquer the engineering edges of technologies, okay? The people at Virgin Galactic, the people at SpaceX, the people at Blue Origin, they have so much to do. They are so far ahead from anybody else. And those are the three companies that have ever shooten private people into space, okay? So think about that for a second. Now, when you see Elon Musk winning again, then it makes me laugh, okay? Elon Musk is just such a great guy and such a great innovator, the biggest innovator of our lifetime, and we will miss this kind of entrepreneur in many years. Now, let's talk about the other entertainment part of Blue Origin bad news, okay? So now we know how much they were offering tickets for the space flight. It was $28 million because Tom Hanks actually got an offer, and here's how he thinks about that.
Is it true that you were asked to go to space by Jeff Bezos before William Shatner?
Well, yeah, provided I pay, and
Really?
it costs like $28 million or something like that. And I'm doing good, Jimmy. I'm doing good. But I ain't paying $28. You know what? We could simulate the experience of going to space right now. It's about a 12-minute flight. Is that about it?
Yep.
12-minute flight. Okay, we can all do it in our seats right here. Just lean your back like this, lean back like this, and go. You do that. You do that for 4 minutes. All right. You do that for 4 minutes, and then you get up and you're floating, and just take off your seatbelt. Whoa! This is fabulous, man. Oh! What? Get back in? All right. And another 4 minutes of. I don't need to spend $28 million to do that.
You're not going to do that.
I can do that.
Even if it was free, you wouldn't do that.
No, I'd do it on occasion just in order to experience the joy. Pretending I'm a billionaire.
So as you can see, 28 million versus 450,000 for basically the same experience. Well, I feel like space has a edge here, okay? Price-wise. Experience-wise, yes, you can argue that being on a rocket is maybe a little bit faster going up and, all in all, but, this doesn't really justify a 50x of the price, right? I mean, if you say, okay, this car goes 300 miles per hour and the other one goes 330 miles per hour, but the other car is otherwise 50% more expensive, then I'm telling you that most of the people will choose the slightly slower car. Okay, so with this anecdote, let's dive into the next topic, the Q3 preview. Okay guys, so let's talk about Q3 earnings, the biggest earnings in my personal opinion that we ever had, because after such a downturn of the stock, great earnings by surprises can help us really a lot. What does it mean? I mean, for the main part, it's just the main ticket sales. Okay, there's nothing else in my small head that can think about something more important than the ticket sales number. If we have a surprise, like surprises could be the following, okay? They will say 10,000 people or more registered for ticket sale, and we will start now to call them, for example, okay? Or see how we can maximize on the tickets. Second, I think that they can come out and say, you know what? We figured out the price might be much more for the first tickets because, as you know, they said starting from 450,000. Okay, so I registered myself as an interest. I didn't get any email, so they should not have started the process because I also was one of the first to register after they announced it after the last conference call. Okay, then obviously any updates on the maintenance schedule. I mean, as sooner as this is completed, as soon as we can go ahead and fly more, then maybe also the Delta wing airplane, it could be revealed. That would be also fantastic. Okay? All of these surprises could be very, very interesting. And with that said, I think really that this should be the focus thing. The pure focus is the ticket sales. I hope they will launch something. Everything else could be a disappointment and could also drag the stone a little bit longer. Did I just said stone? I said stone. Okay, whatever. So let's dive into the stock chart.
So the chart of Virgin Galactic Space. Yeah, yesterday was a slightly, I would say, neutral day, okay? Slightly negative 0.46%. And you can see here that, or let me just remove all the lines. So it's kind of trying to find a new bottom, right? Trying to find a new bottom. Here we saw something that happened quite similar already back in February 2021. We had the rumors that we're going to space, then we had the delays until we hit the bottom of about what is it here, 15.5, and since then with the Richard Branson flight we went up to about 55. I think it was 60 even at some point. Then it went back down, yeah, it hit about here 18.24, and then it's trying to get back up. Okay, and here the interesting part is that you can see that actually here when you draw a line, it's basically a couple of super big support. Okay, here we bounced back, here we bounced back, here we bounced back again, here we bounced back, and here we bounced back. So I think with the end of the year rally and with the maintenance and the earnings and everything coming up, it could be very essential what will happen here. Okay, because here, as you can see, we will actually, let me draw that. You can see that if I draw the line here, let's say this is the 50 moving average, okay, and then you have the stock chart, something like that. In about end of November we should have a decision, because then we must break through or test again the levels of like $18. And if this breaks, then I think another support is here somewhere at 13 and 14, and really lower I cannot imagine that the stock goes. So let me finalize that. We are more to a bottom than to a medium kind of temporary upside. Okay, so we rather the probability is more that we bounce back off up than going down, right? So that's it, guys. So let me know in the comments what you think, and subscribe and like for more.